This is the makeup look I did when I got proposed to, and it is arguably the most requested makeup look I have ever done. Doing your makeup for professional photos versus your iPhone camera is definitely different. And a good base makeup always starts with how you prep your skin. First, we're starting with the Rhode Glazing Milk. And then I finished my skin prep with the POV line. Strip it, whip it, and glaze it. Now we're just gonna hold those brows in place with the Rare Beauty Brow Gel. For my foundation, we're just gonna use the one from Natasha Denona. This one is in the shade N7. And this has been by far my favorite foundation lately. Now we're just gonna use the Pink Kosas Color Corrector, and this one is in the shade Magic. Then following that up with the Hourglass Concealer in the shade Willow. And this is typically where I like to place my concealer. While that concealer is sinking into the skin, we're gonna go ahead and contour with the Westman Atelier Contour Stick in the shade Truffle. Now I'm just gonna take the fluffier side of my F4 brush, and we're just going to buff everything together. I'm just going in with the Hourglass Ambient Volume 3 palette, and we're just gonna add a little bit of this as our powder bronzer. For my cream blushes, I went in with Toasted Teddy and Tan Line. When going in with Toasted Teddy, I like to focus this towards the back and focus Tan Line on the apples of my cheeks. When doing makeup for professional photos, it's really important that you're wanting to lift your cheekbones as much as possible to give your face just a little bit more structure. I'm essentially blending this right up under my eye. And for my powder blushes, I just went in with the Say Super Suede in the shade Mia and Chow. First, I like to go in with Chow on top of Toasted Teddy, and then going in with Mia on top of Tan Line. Now we're gonna go ahead and set our face with the Huda setting powder, and this one is in the shade Cherry Peach. And then taking a little bit of powder on a fluffy brush and then buffing that into our forehead. This Natasha Denona Mini Eye Sculpt palette is one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes. These are the most perfect neutral shades and genuinely all I need to create a really pretty look. And one of my favorite little makeup hacks is taking our transition shades on a flat brush and pressing that right into our crease in the center. That's just gonna add so much definition and really add to our overall look. Now we're just gonna tight line with the Makeup by Mario eye pencil, and this one is in the shade Perfect Brown. Now with a flat brush, we're just gonna buff that out. And for mascara, I'm just gonna be using the Ilia Volumizing Mascara. For my lashes, I just use the Lily Lashes in the style Starcatcher. I am all about convenience, and I just love how easy and quick these go on with zero glue. And then I just filled my brows in with the Benefit Brow Pencil, and this one is in the shade 4. And then I did go in and add just a little bit more blush with the Rare Beauty Matte Bouncy Blush in the shade Truth. Now for the lip combo, which is arguably what people were asking the most about. First, I just started with the Huda Lip Stain, and this one is in the shade Warm Brown. This is the MAC Lip Pencil in the shade Plum. I like to overline my Cupid's bow in the center of my lower lip. I use the MAC lipstick in the shade Cool Teddy. And to top it off, I'm just gonna be using the Patrick Ta Lip Balm, and this one is in the shade Milk Tea, and I am obsessed. Like, just look at that gloss. And there you have it. This is the finished makeup look. And of course, everything I used today will be linked in my shop. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye.